The world of hip-hop and celebrity culture has always been dramatic, larger than life, and often chaotic, yet few stories have gripped headlines like the saga of Sean P. Diddy Combs and his son Christian Combs in 2024 and 2025. Once celebrated as an unstoppable mogul, Diddy, whose empire spanned music, fashion, and business, now finds himself trapped in a whirlwind of criminal charges, civil lawsuits, and public scrutiny that threatens not only his reputation but the legacy he spent decades building. A legacy marked by chart-topping hits, business triumphs, and cultural influence. At the center of this storm is his son Christian, professionally known as King Combs, who, alongside his father, faces legal battles that intertwine in ways neither could have anticipated, transforming what was once a story of fame, family pride, and wealth into a grim narrative of federal investigations, courtroom struggles, and allegations stretching back years. In whispers across social media, rumors circulate that only a handful truly know what happened behind closed doors. And even as facts are presented in court, the line between truth and perception begins to blur. By July 2025, the courtroom atmosphere was electric. Federal prosecutors had aimed to convict Diddy on charges of racketeering and other severe violations, yet in a surprising twist, he was acquitted of the most serious accusations while being convicted on 2 counts under the Mann Act, concerning the transportation of individuals across state lines for prostitution. For the defense, this outcome was a mixture of victory and setback, as charges that could have led to life imprisonment were dismissed, but the remaining convictions still carried the weight of years behind bars, financial ruin, and public disgrace. Almost immediately, Diddy's attorneys filed for appeal, asserting that the case had been mishandled, evidence misunderstood, and charges exaggerated, boldly claiming that what prosecutors labeled prostitution was, in reality, consensual sexual activity recorded privately, which they termed amateur pornography, a statement that shocked the public and sparked debates on morality, legality, and exploitation, leaving many wondering what fraction of the truth was being told. The appeal strategy was deliberate and calculated, a legal maneuver aimed at overturning the convictions, and federal judges emphasized that only compelling, evidence-based arguments could justify such a dramatic step, while prosecutors argued that the defense was bending language and redefining terms, threatening the integrity of the trial. Central to the prosecution were testimonies of multiple women, including singer Cassie, Diddy's longtime partner, who painted a disturbing picture of parties fueled by drugs, alcohol, and power dynamics where consent was murky, claiming coercion, filming without consent, and blackmail. To prosecutors, these were not amateur videos but clear exploitation. Meanwhile, Christian faced a separate lawsuit, as in April 2024, yacht steward Grace Omar Kai accused him of spiking her drink, assault, and recording the encounter without consent, further alleging that Diddy, as the organizer of the trip, bore partial responsibility. Christian denied all allegations, and Diddy's legal team dismissed the lawsuit as opportunistic, yet whispers suggested that what transpired on that yacht might be far more complicated than anyone could prove. The intertwining of father and son's legal troubles created a complicated public narrative, as Diddy defended himself while Christian faced accusations echoing similar concerns about consent, and jurors, judges, and the public could not ignore the parallels. Public opinion fractured, with some seeing Diddy as a predator hiding behind fame and wealth, while others viewed him as a target of opportunistic lawsuits, and Christian's involvement further complicated the narrative, with some perceiving him as a victim of association and others as evidence of a toxic family culture where indulgence and blurred moral boundaries were reportedly passed from father to son. Inside the courtroom, technical and emotional arguments merged, as the defense highlighted jury misdirection, improperly admitted evidence, and ambiguities in legal definitions, while prosecutors maintained that patterns of behavior and consistent testimonies from multiple women demanded accountability, leaving an air of tension and unanswered questions. Speculation about Diddy's future intensified, as his original sentencing, scheduled for October 2025, faced possible delays pending appeal, and whispers about a presidential pardon circulated, though former President Donald Trump publicly dismissed such a possibility, with analysts warning that clemency in a high-profile case could have enormous political consequences. Meanwhile, the emotional toll on the Combs family grew palpable as Christian, once celebrating his father's partial acquittal, now confronted the spotlight for entirely different reasons, with siblings displaying solidarity outside courthouses while tension in their faces revealed the strain of subpoenas, depositions, and media storms, shattering Diddy's image as the strong, protective patriarch. Beyond the courtroom, social media became a battlefield, with fans highlighting Diddy's decades-long achievements, philanthropy, and cultural influence, while critics accused him of exploiting power and evading accountability. Hashtags demanding justice clashed with those defending Diddy, and rumors of hidden evidence and leaks kept the public guessing, blurring the line between reality and speculation and maintaining suspense. The case transcended individual consequences, forcing society to confront broader questions about celebrity, accountability, and the intersection of fame and morality, challenging courts and public perception alike, as each revelation seemed to raise more questions than answers, keeping viewers engaged and guessing about the true events behind closed doors. Today, the path forward remains uncertain, as appeals could take months or even years. A new trial could restart witness examinations and evidence reviews, and if unsuccessful, Diddy faces years in federal prison, while Christian's lawsuit could lead to damages, settlements, or further trials, each development compounding the pressure on a family already navigating intense scrutiny. Neither father nor son will emerge unscathed, as allegations, convictions, and rumors will shadow them for the rest of their lives, leaving the public to question how much is true and how much remains deliberately obscured. Once symbols of success, glamour, and cultural dominance, Diddy and Christian have now become emblems of controversy, legal conflict, and public debate, forcing society to wrestle with how to treat icons when fame fades and complex truths emerge. Will Diddy secure a new trial? Will Christian's case reveal deeper truths about privilege, entitlement, or family culture? Will justice prevail, or will influence tilt the scales? While answers remain uncertain, one thing is clear. The Combs family saga is far from over, reflecting the fragility of reputation, the consequences of unchecked power, and the tension between family loyalty and accountability, challenging viewers to question what is known, what is hidden, and what may never be revealed.